Hi, so my name is Prune Harris and I am really excited to be here tonight on this Facebook Live, and I see some of you coming on and I'm really happy for that because this is a topic that I feel very passionate about and that I really want to be sharing some insights into, because we're going to be exploring an emotion that is really the most powerful emotion that we have, that is in a negative way. So Anna, Sylvie, I see you there and very glad. Hi, Carol. Very happy to be here with you tonight. I'm totally loving these Facebook Lives and the conversations that we're getting going about them. And I don't know if you all know, but after we do the Facebook Lives, and if there's any questions that really jump out as being great ones for sharing knowledge to all of us that group together, then I pick them and I put them on the newsletter that goes out the week after. So make sure that you're signed up to my newsletter as well. So that's pruneharris.com. You can go and sign up there because it's just a further way that we can continue to explore this. So I see Joy and Zelda. Hi, Jill. Excellent. I'm stirring my cup of tea here. So you'll notice it's a different time as well. We had some feedback saying that 6:30 was quite a difficult time for a lot of people with getting dinner on the table, or especially putting down little children to sleep. So we're trying it at this time. So you can also let me know how that works for you, whether you preferred the earlier time or whether this works okay, because it will be interesting to know that as well. Hi, Orla. That's great. All right, let's start, because I think we can have a lot of discussion tonight. So I want to talk about an energy that really, when it comes in as an emotion, it brings destruction in your energy field. And not only that, but destruction in other people's. And that's why I especially want to talk about it. And it's the emotion of jealousy or envy. And there was a reason I didn't put that up first. You know, the title. Come and explore what jealousy or envy does in your system. Because in a lot of ways, they're quite benign words. They can be used very, very casually. Oh, I'm so jealous of that lovely dress that you're wearing today. Yeah, we use them really casually. And actually, the energy of jealousy or the energy of envy is insidious and destructive, and it begins to undo patterns of health in your energy system. And it reaches out and it begins to undo them in the person that you are feeling that jealousy or envy to. So I guess it's useful that just to have a look at what those two words mean. And again, in our modern use of those two words, we tend to merge them. Envious of or jealous of seem to be fairly synonymous. Originally, they were slightly different. If I was jealous of you, it means I want what you have and I don't want you to have it. Very, very important distinction, yeah? So if I'm jealous of your new boyfriend or your new car or your new girlfriend, whatever it is, that means I don't want you to have that thing or person that you have. I want it for myself. Envy means I want what you have. Yeah, so we might say we could be envious of someone with money. Doesn't necessarily mean we don't want that person to have money, but it means that we want to have it and we feel envy towards that person. But as I say, nowadays we don't tend, unless you're a real wordsmith, then we don't tend to distinguish between those two words. So for the sake of this Facebook Live, let's put them together. Let's talk about jealousy and envy as they are used in our modern lingo. And actually, the energy of those two emotions aren't very different. They really aren't. Both of them initiate a separation in the system, and that's why it's so damaging. Your energy field is designed to be highly connective with everything at all times. And the minute you experience the emotion of jealousy or envy, then brittleness comes into the system, separation comes into the system, and it's like literally, it looks like a wedge is put between you and the person that you are expressing or experiencing that jealousy and envy over. So it's big. Let's see if there's anything coming in at the moment. So I see hi from Los Angeles, Louise and Marjorie, Mike, hi Catherine and Celia from West Wales, and wonderful, lovely. Remember, come in with your questions as well as we kind of warm up to this topic. So when you experience jealousy or envy, that brittleness comes in, that separation, and it sets up a them and us, or a you and me in separation energy within the field. So that in itself is destructive for your energy fields, because they are designed to be cohesive and they're designed to be connective. And suddenly you've got this place of space, separation. And it's a space where that energy of envy or jealousy begins to fill. Different people, it can go in different ways with your energy system. So for some people, that space between where suddenly there should be the connective, such as, oh, that person has a new car and wow, what an amazing car and cool, full stop. Or wow, someday in the future, I want a car like that. And I really wish them the most enjoyable energy with that car, because when I have a car like that, I want to feel that deliciousness too. Okay, that's not envy. You can have a sense of longing for something, and longing, if it's carried in the right way in your energy system, so that's not longing about someone else not having it, and it's not longing in a self-defeatist or pitying way, yeah? And we've talked about pity before in Facebook Live. Maybe we need to bring it out as a whole topic, because pity collapsed inwards on the system. But longing to have something can be incredibly motivating in the system, yeah? If I long to have that amazing car, seem to be talking about cars at the moment, if I long to have that car and I start putting my consciousness, my intention, my energy of that longing to manifest that car in my life, that's a very healthy and can be a very beautiful energy, not at other people's expense. And that's the key thing. Envy and jealousy is at other people's expense. And the minute we engage in that kind of emotion, then of course we're hurting ourselves too. We're too deeply connected to everybody else in this planet to actually be able to thrive if we are consciously engaging in an energy that detracts or is malignant for somebody else. And that's the problem with jealousy and envy, because it carries an intent. It carries a focus. That focus is the object of money or the partner or the car or whatever it is. So it can become a very, very focused intent. And often when I see someone who's really experiencing jealousy or envy, it's like arrows or darts coming out of their energy system. That in itself is highly destructive for your energy, to be firing those darts. Think of it in that way. But of course, those darts are going somewhere. And that's one of the big, big challenges with experiencing that jealousy or envy, because those darts have to land, and they land in the energy field of the person that you are experiencing this jealousy or envy about. Not cool, eh? Not cool. And often we're engaging in those patterns simply because we don't understand the energetic effect of them. Maybe for some of you who are listening to this, maybe jealousy or envy is a natural part of your life. And I suspect if that's so, it's because there's been a lack of understanding that, hey, this is destructive for me and it's destructive for the person or people that I am feeling jealous about. So bringing more consciousness to it feels really important. Let's see if there's any questions. Hi, Rob and Jitka. Yeah, so Nan, I really love what you write here, that you've never experienced envy or jealousy till your daughter died last year. You found yourself deeply envious of women who had their daughters and grandchildren. It was horrible, but I knew I could overcome it. I've always been one to cheer others for their good fortunes. I refuse to entertain these two emotions. Amazing, amazing that you could feel the effect that it had in your system, and that despite your pain at your daughter's death, you were able to transform that emotion into one of support and joy for other people. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You were able to, in your wisdom, move through the pain, recognize it. You use the words horrible, recognize that this was an energy that really wasn't healthy for you or for other people, and transform it. So awesome. You could be giving this Facebook Live right now. So Deb, you ask a really great question. If you recognize that you are feeling jealousy or envy, how do you correct the energy it's putting out there? Yeah, and that's the biggie, isn't it? Because recognizing it and understanding what it's doing is the first step, bringing our consciousness to it. And often you'll find that even now that you know that's the energy behind it, that the second that you feel you're doing it, you will immediately transform it just through your intention to be in good relationship with other people. And it can be that simple. If we can catch ourselves engaging in an old pattern, then we don't have to feed it. We don't have to energize it. We don't have to continue to allow that pattern in our being, because often that jealousy or that envy is very non-conscious, very, very non-conscious. Yeah, there will be times when actually it's much more directed. But for the most part, in 98% of the situations that we're talking about here, it's not going to be intentional. You don't want to be harming yourself or harming another person with those thoughts of jealousy. And if you do experience that, you do recognize that you are experiencing that, then I would say the first thing to do, bring awareness to it and ask yourself, where is that jealousy coming from? Where is the gap in your belief system or your feeling of abundance that jealousy is springing from? Because when we feel nourished, when we feel like our life is abundant, then that place of jealousy or envy has no ability to take any hold. There's no charge in the system. So if we can look at someone and think, oh, cool, wow, that's a fascinating thing to have. Yeah, I'd like something like that one day. And it have no charge, then that's a way to transform that energy. But if that car or that new hat or whatever it is, that makeup has become sold to us as part of our essential self-worth. And of course, that's what advertising is mostly based on, making us feel not good enough, and therefore we need something else. Advertisers don't tell us you're perfect in every way. Don't buy this product. Don't buy any product. You're amazing just as you are. That doesn't sell much products. So the big push in our modern society is that we need more. We need that something else to actually fulfill us. And when we can take a step back and think, wow, how is my life fulfilled already? Where is the abundance in my life already? And then to feel gratitude about that abundance, you'll find that your energy system has gone through several stages of regrouping, of completely moving that energy of jealousy or envy out of your system. And because we've brought it up as far as those barbs that come out, then there needs to be another piece to this, in that if you are engaging or recognize that you are engaging in jealousy or envy, then it probably needs to have a piece in it of actual forgiveness for the other person. And that doesn't have to be verbal, but even if you can just take a second and express forgiveness, yeah, I'm sorry that I felt that jealousy or that envy. I wish you every joy in your life. You can think that to yourself, you can do it in 2 seconds, but it raises the level of consciousness so that any energy between the two of you, whether you know this person or not, any energy between the two of you is healed. It's like a quick spiritual cleanup, your energy hygiene, yeah? We can spill energy out unconsciously all the time. And when we bring our awareness to it and bring in a very, very simple daily sacred technique like asking forgiveness or stating that you are sorry for something, then that can help clear that energy quickly. Hi, Elizabeth from San Francisco, and Ava. Excellent. Ola, you're saying that you found that sending love and figure eights towards the recipient helpful. It can be hard when you've been deeply wounded by them, but in the interest of being a better and more empowered person. Absolutely. I mean, what I'm hearing there, Ola, is that it's all about boundaries as well, yeah? It's a place of being able to hold your own boundaries in love, in transformation, in honesty to yourself as well. So when things need to be said, they need to be said. For me, that's often when I go to lighting a candle on my little sacred space, or you could use the word altar there, and I will do prayer work. I will pray for myself to understand the situation. I'll do energy work. I'll hold the consciousness that that energy can be transformed. So I hear what you say. When we are wounded by someone else, it's because there's a barb in us that wound can attach to. Yeah. So clearing ourselves, actually being able to bring attention to it and heal it so that there's no wounding. It's very, very important. Otherwise, of course, the universe has a way of bringing those wounds back to attention again and again and again until we actually help move it through the system. Okay. Vicky, hi Vicky, you're saying, so we need to focus on gratitude for what we have. Absolutely. That's the place where we can immediately fill that space that's come into being between you as the person experiencing jealousy and the person that you are projecting that onto. And of course, that's also, we need to look at it from the other way around. Perhaps you are a person who has experienced other people being jealous of you, or another person being jealous of you for a particular reason. And I'd be interested to hear what that felt like for you, because for most people, there's a real sense of being under attack. And of course, often that instigates your own defensive boundaries. And then, especially if you know the person well, then there's going to be a lot of irritation or aggravation between you, because now you're both working in an energy field that's filled with wounding and filled with these arrows of jealousy or envy. And that's why this emotion is so destructive. It always looks to hook into something. Well, if we think of an energy like hate, hate's a massive, massive, massive energy and a massive word. But hate can glance off people. Jealousy can't. Jealousy finds its way, because it's very directive, it finds its way into quite core places in other people. Partly it's because when you are someone who is experiencing jealousy for another person, then as your energy system gets really brittle, it begins to almost act like a bit of a mirror on itself. And so those usual patterns of beautiful cohesion, where everything's flowing together and all of your patterns are working exactly as they are, suddenly having to receive this energy of jealousy or envy begins to put in a brittleness in the system that then begins to reflect and refract back on itself. And that's a situation where stresses, tensions, ailments, confusions can all come up in your body system, and you can't really track why. That is one of the big results of jealousy. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions. Yes, Deb, great next question. If someone is feeling envy towards you and you feel it, you're aware of it, how do you protect your energy field and get rid of those darts that have landed? Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that jealousy is tricky, because for as long as it's being directed at you, then there is that kind of ongoing energy field coming towards you. So one of the key things is to identify that that might be a cause. Yeah. If you're in direct relationship with someone and you know there's envy or jealousy, then actually working with, well, there's lots of things you can do. On my YouTube channel, you'll find exercises called Wings of Strength or Swimming the Aura. They're all ones that are great for kind of protecting your biofield. But of course, we want to be in a place where we don't need that level of protection. Yeah, having to continually shore up the defenses is a maintenance way of living, not thriving within your field. So actually working, one of the ways I work with it in my field, if any of that energy is around, is to work with breath. And let's do it together right now then. So let's take a moment. Just feel your feet on the floor or your body on the bed, however you are. Just feel where your body touches the chair or the bed, the floor, the back of the chair. And let's take a lovely breath in and a breath out. I can feel the tension that this Facebook Live is causing. So just breathing and breathe out and smile. Smile's always a beautiful, activating energy force. So if I think of my biofield, my aura all around me, what I want to do is as I breathe in, I'm breathing in the energy of strength, joy, and vitality. Okay, so let's breathe that in. And you're going to breathe it in and imagine that you're breathing it in through every single pore in your body. So not just your nose or your mouth, but as you breathe in your nose or your mouth, the direction of breath, the direction of energy is coming in through every pore of the body. And just take a second to feel that inside your body. And as you breathe out in exactly the same way, so that every pore of your body is breathing out strength, joy, and vitality right out to the edge of your aura, the edge of your biofield. Breathing in through all of the aura, through all of the universe, that strength of energy, strength, joy, vitality. Hold it, hold it, hold it once you've got it in your whole body system, and breathe that out. Let's take one more. I'm going to stay silent this time as you just breathe in your own time. And as you're breathing in that way, if you can take your mind to one more thing, so you're visualizing that energy of strength, vitality, and joy, breathing in and out of your energy field. Every breath you come in pulls it deeper and deeper in your core. And every breath you breathe out fills your aura until it's absolutely vibrant, magnificent, filled with your cohesive energy patterns. And I'm moving my arms like this because it gives you a visual. You feel free to do it yourself if that feels good to you. So as you're working in this way, next time you breathe out, rather than just breathing out that strength, joy, and vitality for you, I want to visualize that you're breathing it out for all of creation, for every sentient being on this magnificent planet. And it's endless, it's boundless. You can just breathe it in more and more and more because, of course, as you breathe it out for you and all of creation, your field gets strengthened even greater. So when we work with an exercise like that, we really move any negative energy from our field and we transform it, we transmute it, we turn something that is not aiding our life or the life of all of creation. It's not aiding it. There's imbalance in there, and we transmute it into something that is filled with life force, filled with radiance. That act of transmutation will clear any of those barbs from your energy field, any of the heaviness that can sit in your energy field if you've experienced jealousy and envy. And not just, it can transform absolutely anything that isn't serving you. Okay, Dominique, hi, lovely to see you here. I think that I've answered that question. Rob, you're saying that you found the times in your life when you struggle with jealousy is often the precursor to a painful movement into self-growth. Absolutely. It's that place where jealousy's landing. It can help start shifting things around in your energy field. Remember I said about those mirrors that reflect and refract a lot of your own junk back to you, a lot of the old wounds, even the unmet needs in your energy fields. And likewise, when we work with feeling jealous, it's those wounds that are also being reflected back to us. Okay. Victoria, hi, you're asking, is jealousy linked to resentment? Yeah, it really can be. It comes from that same root of feeling that you don't have enough, that there needs to be more. So it's a way that your energy system, in its wisdom, let's remember that, always in its wisdom, but sometimes its wisdom isn't especially wise anymore. Might have been wise at one point, but now has become a stuck pattern. So your energy system is looking to fill those unmet needs, and looking at what somebody else has feels like that would fill my unmet need. But actually, the truth is that no matter how many of that's you had, no matter how many of those things that is the object of your jealousy you had, that unmet need would still show up, maybe in a different way now. So absolutely, that resentment is sitting in that same energy field. Celia, you're asking if that exercise of breath is stronger than a Ho'oponopono prayer. No, I wouldn't say it's stronger. I'd say it works in a very similar way. Of course, the Ho'oponopono prayer, which I've talked about in previous Facebook Lives, is a way. It's a Hawaiian prayer form, which means it has a very specific energy and form in itself. It has inspirited energy, and it's a deeply, deeply healing prayer. So yes, if you know Ho'oponopono or are interested to find out more, then definitely love working with it and highly recommend it to everybody. Yeah, so Anne, you're asking how come that some people are jealous when someone has a terrible life while they themselves have everything. Absolutely. And again, it comes from that place of wounding or unmet needs in yourself. Yeah, you look at, there's a lot of research that's been done to show that some of the happiest people in the world have very little. Very, very little. Some of them have nothing. They live on the streets, and yet they're the happiest people because as far as they perceive, every single one of their needs are met. They have food, they have water, they can breathe, that they live in a natural place of abundance. So there are no material objects that can persuade us that we're happy if actually inside are those places of unhappiness. Okay. Wonderful. I knew that we'd have some really great questions coming in around this today. All right. Well, it's already been 30 minutes. We've been whizzing through some of those explorations. I really hope that understanding what that energy is and how to transmute it, how to heal it in your energy system, either as a sender of it or as a receiver of it, can really help you transform. Now, I want to also share a little bit of information about a new ways coming forward to work with me, a new program that I'm just in the final touches of now. And it's really going to be looking at techniques and ways of understanding, and I'll be sharing insights about adrenal health, about chronic illness, how to move into a place of connection away from loneliness or isolation, and how all of that's linked with the summer energy. So really looking at how to move away from burnout and really into your beautiful balance. So please make sure you're signed up to my newsletter, as that's where I will be sharing the information and also with the offers to sign up for that course that you won't find anywhere else. All right, well, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks with another brilliant topic. Thanks so much for all of your great questions. All right, bye-bye.